Hey there, it's the Yogi Momo. Day 3 of our gratitude series is here. No matter if you're starting today or you've been with us since the beginning, today is day 3. We are focusing on Cobra and Up Dog, two of your foundational poses in your yoga practice. Let's learn how to not only get the right form, but use them to get that heart opened up, ready to find a little gratitude. And welcome to day 3 of our 30-day series on gratitude. Doesn't matter what time of the year you're accessing this or which number you're hopping in on, all that matters is that you are here today. So today's focus is on another heart opener because, as you have probably figured out, every class during this gratitude series is focused on the upper body. We are going to do some very foundational key poses that will open up our physical upper body from the shoulders through your collarbone, your chest, even into your upper back, so that we can tap into your heart chakra, that subtle energy right here in the center of your chest, that when we unblock it through our physical practice, we can experience the most amazing energy flowing up and down the midline of our body. That's our focus for today. So if you will start off on your mat wherever you are, we're going to begin our time in seated. We're going to get our breath nice and settled, and then we're going to begin to practice. So find a cross-legged position that's comfortable for you. Legs can be crossed in or out, tight, however you feel comfortable. Just place your hands on your knees, on your thighs. Let your shoulders just relax. And then close your eyes softly. Try not to squeeze them closed. Just gently close them. And what I want you to do for the first few breaths is don't worry about how the breath sounds or feels or what it seems like. I want you just to tell yourself, I want to honor the fact that I'm on my mat. I'm going to push the world aside. I'm going to forget about my schedule for the next few minutes. I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to focus on my breath. So again, I want to honor the fact that I'm on my mat. I'm going to push the world aside for just a little while. I'm going to forget about my schedule for just a few minutes. I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to focus on my breath. Open up your eyes. If that's your commitment, it's going to be a wonderful time. And I can promise you that even if you do get distracted, and your thoughts start to come in about all the things you need to be doing, if you'll come back to the breath, you will regain your focus. And you will remember why it is that you're on your mat right now. So we're going to start off by trying to get our breath nice and balanced. I want your arms to come alongside you. We're going to use the arms to help us realize how the inhales and the exhales are flowing, trying to get them to be the same length. So here we go. Arms are alongside you. Inhale, pull the arms up, tip the head back gently. Palms meet at the top. And now we exhale, pull the hands down slowly, down toward your heart. Release. Inhale. Sweep those arms up. Head tips back. Exhale. Draw the hands down. We're trying to pace ourselves. Inhales and exhales, same length. Here we go. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale. Draw them down. Inhale up. Exhale. Draw them down. Let your hands rest on your thighs. We're going to continue that same round of breath where our inhales and exhales just flow at the same pace, but we're going to do it with our cat-cow. So from the seated position, get those shoulders nice and ready. Just pull them back down into their pockets. And now, inhale, begin to tip the head back. Let the chest lift. Coming into seated cow. Exhale, begin to roll the shoulders. Chin goes toward the chest, seated cat. Inhale, drop those shoulders back into their pockets. Look up. Exhale, arch the back, roll the chin toward the chest. 2 more. Inhaling to seated cow, look up. Exhaling cat, roll those shoulders. 1 more. Inhaling to cow. Exhaling to cat. Let the shoulders drop. Come back to a nice seated position. I want you to take your right hand out. Push it as if there's a wall on the side of you. Spread the fingers wide. Take the left hand, grab the right ear, pull the head over just a little bit. Feel the lengthening of those arms. We're going to need those arms, need those wrists to be nice and strong for our practice today. So press the hand, imagine the walls there. And now release. This time take the left hand out. Right hand comes to that left ear. Push the right fingers and tug gently on the left ear. Breathe. I know you feel the lengthening down the arm from the shoulder, maybe extending all the way into those fingertips. And release. All right, just roll those shoulders out and let's come to standing. So we're going to do quite a few sun salutations today. If you don't know what that is, don't worry. I'm going to talk you through it. But there's going to be some pretty foundational parts of our practice where we spend some time on our belly. Don't get too excited. We won't stay on our belly for long, but that's going to be our starting position for Cobra and for upward facing dog. But first, we're going to get lots of things warmed up, lots of muscles ready to move. So stand tall in what we call mountain. So your toes are all facing forward. Your feet are about hip width apart, stacked under the bony parts of your hips. Shoulders over those hips. Arms are alongside you. Remember that breath we began with? Let's do it again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Hands meet at the top. Exhale, draw them down. One more. Inhale, sweep them up. Exhale, draw them down. And inhale, sweep up. But this time as you exhale, hinge from your hips, bow forward, folding down, forward fold. Here's where I want you to stay for just a second. Go ahead and put a bend in those knees, whatever you need to. Don't overstretch your legs, just let the knees bend. If the hands don't touch the ground, grab opposite elbows. Hang out right here. This forward fold is a great stress reliever as our crown of our head is opened up to the earth. All those worries you've been carrying around all day are just pouring out, allowing your mind to clear. Circulation's doing all the good stuff it needs to do, and hamstrings are stretching just a bit. Because we can't work on the upper body without having the low body ready to support us. Couple more breaths right here. And I want you to put a little bit bigger bend in your knees. Take your arms, turn the palms up, slide them underneath your feet. So step on your hands. Toes are going to touch the wrist. Now right here, keep the knees bent, bow the head, look at your knees. Or maybe you straighten the legs ever so slightly. If you're having trouble folding even deeper, then you stay right wherever your body has told you that's where it needs to stop. Listen to your body. Honor what it's telling you. We're stretching from the shoulders down through the wrist. Hamstrings are still lengthening. Couple more breaths here. And now gently take the right foot, lift it, pull the hand out. Same thing with the left. Let's keep flowing. Slide the hands onto the shins, look up halfway, straighten through the back. Now put a bend in those knees, hands go down. First check the fingers, spread them wide. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back. You're in high plank. Don't worry, we're not going to stay here long. Immediately drop the knees. But notice my toes don't untuck yet. As you're ready, exhale. Draw the body down. Keep the elbows glued to the side body. Now flip the feet. Inhale, look up. Baby Cobra right here. Remember this Cobra because we're coming back to it. Curl the toes. Push to your knees first. Exhale, lift your hips. Down dog. Now let's think about down dog. Your down dog hands mean that your fingers are spread wide. I could come by and put one or two fists in between your feet. That's about how wide they are from each other. Heels can be up, heels can be down. They can be somewhere in between. Knees can be bent, knees can be straight. But your gaze, I'm always going to cue your gaze, telling you where to look. Your gaze is on your legs. Looking right at those shins, at your ankles. Keep breathing. Now take the gaze, look at the hands. Walk the feet up or step them one at a time. Once both feet are back up, hands on the shins, halfway lift. Exhale, let it all go as you fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. Exhale, bring the hands down. All right, we're going to do just a little bit of work to open up our chest before we're ready for all these cobras that are coming your way. So I want you to stand tall right here in mountain pose. Shoulders are back. Remember the breath where we lift the hands up? We're going to do the same thing, but instead of taking our hands and drawing them down, we're going to actually spread them wide and cactus our arms. That's going to be our exhale. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Spread those fingers, bend those elbows, cactus the arms as you breathe out. Inhale, push them up. Exhale, cactus. Draw the elbows back toward each other. Two more. Inhale up. Exhale, cactus. One more. Exhale, cactus. Hold right here. And even though we exhaled to get here, I need you to keep breathing. You're looking up at the sky. Neck is long. Chest is open. Elbows are pulled back. Keep breathing here. And now inhale, push the hands up. And this time we fold. Exhale, hinging from the hips. Bow forward. Releasing those hands. Now they slide onto the shins. Look up halfway. Inhale. Hands go down. Spread the fingers. Step back to plank. Again, knees come down. Keep the toes curled. You're on the balls. Exhale, lower down. Flip the feet. And here's where we're going to stay. So we're going to play with this Cobra. You're going to end up doing quite a few Cobras before this day's over with. So I want you to pay attention to your low back. Tops of the feet are on the mat, thighs are on the mat, belly's on the mat. We only want to lift until our low back says that's where we stop. And what you're going to notice is as we roll through these Cobras throughout our time, you're going to be able to lift a little more each time as you warm up the low back muscles. So fingers are spread wide, elbows are tucked close by the body. Inhale, look up, hover the hands, hold here. We're not coming up very high. Your chest is barely off the mat. Now remember the elbows in cactus, pull them back toward each other. When you pull the elbows back, it helps the chest open. Listen to your low back. It's going to tell you how high to come up. Exhale, lower back down. Bow the head, forehead comes to the mat. Notice here's our counter pose. We're relieving the back of our neck so that we can keep rolling through these Cobras. We're going to do this a few more times. Here we go. Inhale, lift the chest, the gaze, the hands. Hold here. Look straight ahead. Elbows, pull them toward each other. Ooh, feel those muscles engage. Everything else is still on the mat. Exhale, lower, bow the forehead down. 2 Cobras done, we got 3 to go. This time we're going to move with the breath. Inhale, lift, elbows pull back. Exhale, fold, head comes back down. Inhale, lift, elbows come back. Exhale, let it go, forehead to the mat. One more, inhale, lift, elbows come back. Exhale, let it go, forehead on the mat. Curl the toes, balls of the feet are on the mat. Exhale, push to the knees, lift your bottom, exhale all the way, down dog. Now while you're in down dog, let me talk to you about what's happening. Your fingers are spread wide. You're not just pressing into the base of your hands, the back of your palm. What you're doing is you're taking the backs of your knuckles. That's helping you to spread that weight out through all the parts of your hands. Otherwise, you're going to put too much strain on your wrist. So evenly distribute the weight. The back of the palm of the hand through the backs of the knuckles, and you're looking at your feet, looking at your legs. One more breath here. Eyes go to the hands. Walk the feet forward or step them up. Halfway lift, hands are on the shins. Exhale, fold, let it all go. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. Exhale. Everything releases. All right, we're going to do the exact same thing we just did. We're going to have 5 Cobras, but this time instead of lifting our hands, we're going to work on really tightening those elbows back as they connect to our body, and our chest is going to come up a little bit more. All righty, stand tall. Look straight ahead. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hinge from your hips, bow forward. Hands on your shins. Inhale, look up halfway. Bend your knees, plant your hands, take your feet back. You're in plank. Now this time, I'm going to go without the knees, but you can take the knees every time. It's your choice. But we're all going to lower. Take the chest toward the mat. We call this chaturanga. Flip your feet over. Let's get everything set before we roll through our 5 Cobras. Fingers are spread wide. Press into the backs of your knuckles, the palm of your hand. Take your elbows, glue them to the side body. This time the hands are staying on the mat. Inhale, lift up, hold here. Now in this Cobra, if we'd come up this high in your first one, your low back would have told you to go right back down. But hopefully here you're feeling it, but it's not feeling like it's impossible. One more breath. Exhale, lower, forehead to the mat, let it all go. This next time I want you to try to think about what's happening in the low back, what's happening in the upper back, what's happening in the shoulders. Just listen to your body, feel the movement. Here we go, inhale, lift, chest comes up, elbows, tuck them close behind the side body, breathe. Imagine your chest is lifting through the collarbone. And exhale, lower down. All right, 2 down, we got 3 to go. Breathe, and this time we're going up and down with the breath. Inhale, lift to Cobra. Exhale, lower, forehead down. Inhale, lift to Cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift to Cobra. Exhale, lower down. I want you to take your knees, spread them wide, push your big toes together, come back to child's pose. Forehead on the mat. Take your hands, put them in prayer. Let them fall toward your head and come to rest at the back of your head near your shoulder blades. We don't just push our bodies. We don't just keep going one direction with our muscles, one direction with our bones, with our spine. What we have to do is we do with these counter poses that bring restoration and continue the process of what we're trying to accomplish in our bodies. So all that work on your chest and your low back, right here in child's pose, you're allowing your body to feel the power of this counter pose, of bringing the chest back down, of allowing the low back to relax just a bit. Take 2 more deep cleansing breaths right here in child's pose. Bring the hands back down. Begin to rise back up. Bring yourself to a tabletop. We got to finish the flow. Curl the toes around the balls of the feet. Exhale, down dog. Lift the hips. Eyes are on the feet, but we're not staying here long. Eyes go to the hands. Feet come forward. Either walk up or step. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms. Rise up. Exhale, let it go. All right, so Cobra has been our friend, and it has prepared us to not only have our hearts opened, but it's prepared us to get ready for up dog. So whenever we get down to our bellies in just a moment, same thing's going to happen. All those poses we've been doing, we're going to come to our bellies, and then I'm going to talk you through up dog. You're going to feel the difference. Some of you, your body might tell you, we're not quite ready for up dog, and you know everything to do in Cobra, so you're going to go back to that. But the key is you're going to have options, and no matter which version you're doing, the chest muscles are going to open, the rib cage is going to expand, the heart chakra is going to be activated. All right, here we go. Stand tall. Breath is steady. Inhale, lift the arms. Hinge from your hips, bow down on your exhale. Hands on the shins. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, take everything down. We're going to hold this plank for just a second. I need your hands in the right spot. Fingers are spread wide. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist. Now, knees can go down or not. It's your choice, but everybody, let's lower the body. Elbows stay tight. Now, when the belly comes down, flip the feet over. Looks like we're ready for Cobra, but we're going to move into up dog. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this, each time trying to come up a little higher. So the thing about up dog that's different is the belly doesn't stay down this time. The only thing on the mat is going to be your your feet and your hands. So the tops of your feet and your hands, weight evenly distributed in all 4 parts. Get your breath steady. You're looking straight down. Here we go. Inhale, begin to push up into those hands. Lift the body. You're on the tops of your feet. If looking up's too much, keep your gaze toward the ground. Right here. Feel those core muscles. Engage. I know you feel it in your belly. Legs might be shaking just a little bit. We're not going to plop down. Bend the elbows. Slowly take the knees, the thighs, the chest, back down on your forehead. Breathe it out. We're going to change our gaze each time we come up into up dog. And remember, if up dog's too much, having the belly up, you come back down and you do your cobras. Either way, heart is opening. Breathe. Inhale, lift the gaze. Keep pushing into the hands. Come up off the mat. Now look straight ahead. Notice how your chin is parallel to the earth. Arms are straightening. You are breathing. You've got this. Exhale, knees, thighs, chest, forehead. Gradually coming down. We've got 1 more up dog. And what I want you to do, you start with the gaze on the ground, you lift it straight up, and then you see if you can take the gaze to the ceiling. If that becomes too much on your neck, lower the gaze back down. We're just showing you all the different levels of what you can do. But the number 1 thing to do is listen to your body. Here we go. Take a big inhale. Push the hands in. Lift up. Tops of the feet are on the mat. Gaze is down, then straight, then up. Breathe. Breathe. 1 more. Exhale, lower everything down. Take your arms out. Make a little pillow with your hands. Let the right cheek come to rest. So we're bringing those elbows up. No more tucking them by the body. Hanging out here in crocodile, and we are breathing. Close your eyes. I know what you're starting to feel is your heart is beating really strong. Feels like it's beating into the mat, beating through the ground, coming out of your chest. That does not mean you did anything wrong. It doesn't mean you were in the wrong shape. It just means that you just tapped into all that energy. Lift your head, turn, put the left side of your face. Get that neck a rest on the other side. So what I want you to understand is the more concentrated our efforts are on this part of our body, the more energy in our heart chakra we're going to activate. Don't let it overwhelm you. Let it encourage you. Whatever stress you've been dealing with, whatever the nonsense of the world has been, that's blocked it. And the reason it's beating so strongly right now is because you have tapped into it. That beautiful heart chakra, anahata, the energy that was already inside of you, you just had to find a way to access it. So one more breath here. Now bring your head back to center. Let's take the hands back where they were. Fingers are spread wide. Curl the toes. Exhale, push to the knees, lift the hips, down dog. Let's pedal out those heels. Walk it out. Pedal, pedal, pedal. One heel down, then the other. Keep breathing. Eyes go to the hands. Step or walk the feet forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sweep the arms, rise up. Exhale everything down and let it go. We got one more sun salutation. I know it feels like that's all we've done, but the work you've done with Cobra and Up Dog has done so many good things for every single muscle group in your body. We can't do those poses without the strength of our core. We can't have strength in our core if our legs are not working. So everything's working together. This last time, I'm going to give you the choice of Cobra or Up Dog. So let me show you something real quick. Once we get down to plank, and if you decide you're going to take the knees down, you do that. But you also can come to your Up Dog without ever going down to the mat. So you push forward, you lower like a low push-up, flipping the feet, nothing ever comes down, lifting into Up Dog. That's the choice that you've got. If you don't have upper body strength for that yet, just know that someday, that's where you're headed. All right, here we go. One more sun salutation. Stand tall. Cobra and Up Dog, the focus of the day. Here we go. Inhale, lift. Hinge from the hips. Exhale, fold. Hands on the shins. Halfway lift. Take the hands down. We're going back to plank. Remember, knees up or down. It's your choice. You can take the belly all the way, or you can just lower halfway. Start to lower, and as you're lowering, you're turning those feet over, lifting into Up Dog, or the whole body's coming down, and you're coming into Cobra. Your choice. Breathe. No matter what you're doing, try to look up a little bit toward the ceiling. Now take the knees down, spread them wide. One more child's pose. Hands stretch way up above your head. Forehead comes on the mat. Find rest here. Reconnect to your breath. Feel the strong heartbeat. Heartbeat, lungs, all those things happening without us even asking our body to do it. But what you've discovered today is that you have a way to increase the energy of what's being provided in your heart. No more blocks, no more stress, no more nonsense from the world getting in the way. Just you and the subtle energy that was yours all along. One more breath right here in child's pose. And slowly bring yourself up. Once you're up, cross your ankles, have a seat, bring the legs out in front of you. Sit up nice and tall, coming into what we call staff pose, down Dhanasana. So you're looking towards your feet. We've done a lot of work to open this up. So now let's close it just a bit to bring some nurturing, some love, some safety and security back to our heart. Arms are out, inhale, lift. Lead with your chest, exhale, fold. And as you fold, let your hands just fall. They can come to the knees, the shins, the ankles, the feet. But wherever you're folding, I want you looking toward your feet. So it doesn't matter how deep you're going in the fold. Look at the feet and then close your eyes. If you don't close your eyes here, you tend to keep looking and thinking, oh, why am I not folding this much? Or why am I only this? You look at those feet and then you close the eyes. And you let the body just continue to fold. Breathe. Find your way into the seated forward fold. You can also lift the knees just a bit if that helps you, bringing them up a little closer to the chest. Continue to breathe. This is Paschimottanasana, your seated forward fold. Protective, nurturing state for our heart, for our lungs, for who we are as emotional, mental, spiritual creatures. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the hands down. Let's bring the knees up. Scooch the bottom close to the heels. Hang on to your shins, maybe your knees, and then lower everything down to the mat. Once you're down, I want you to take your knees, spread them as wide as you can, maybe out to the edges of the mat. Feet are flat. Now lift the feet up. Once the feet are up, I want you to grab your shins or your ankles or your big toes, whatever you can reach. Elbows are inside the knees. Now we rock side to side. Happy baby. So you're grabbing onto either your shins, your ankles, your big toes, whatever you got, and you're rocking, massaging that low back, because to lift our chest in the Cobra and Up Dog, we need the core muscles of our low back. And so the best gift we can give back to them is what you're doing right now in Happy Baby. One more rock, side to side. Come back to a neutral spine. You're flat on the mat. Release whatever you're holding on to. Bring the legs in. Grab your shins. Lift your head up. Squeeze everything into a ball. Shoulders are scrunched up by your ears. Chin is tucked. Squeeze those shins. And then begin to lower the head and the shoulders. Unwrap the arms. Plant the feet. And then extend the legs. Just let the legs fall open to the sides. You're long on the mat. Everything turning loose. Close your eyes. And for the next moment or so, let everything return back to whatever pace or rate or flow is coming naturally from your body. Allow your lungs to inflate and deflate as you breathe. Allow them to sync up with your heartbeat, and there's nothing happening from your side. No effort. No demands on your breath. No demands on anything. But I want you to slip into what we call effortlessness. Just be. Don't try. Don't stretch. Don't tell yourself anything. Just be. You are in what's called Shavasana, corpse pose. Your full relaxation. Exactly what you need to finish your work on your mat and to prepare you to re-enter your everyday path. As you lie there, just kind of bring your awareness back to wherever you are, whatever room in the house you found yourself in on your mat, and tell yourself thank you. You may have thought this was all about upper body muscles, chest, shoulders, arms. But what you've done is you've taken care of that incredible connection between mind, body, and spirit. You've cleared your mind. You've tapped into that heart chakra, which it empowers your spirit in a way you can't even imagine. And you've worked your physical body. And so as you leave your mat in just a moment, you will do so with union, with harmony, unity all throughout your being. So very slowly, just roll onto your right side. And then as you do, kind of bend your knees, push your left hand into the mat, and bring yourself back up to a seated position. Just how we started off our time together. The word yoga is a Sanskrit word, and when you translate it into English, it means unity. Yoga is a beautiful word when you know what it means. It's not about just the physical practice on your mat. It's about the union between mind, body, and spirit. We worked our physical bodies in a way that allowed us to clear our minds, to let go of the stress, and allowed us to tap into the energy of our heart, right there in the spirit of who you are. That is yoga. That is unity. Bring your hands to prayer. Let them rest right here. And I know that when we leave our mats, we're going to encounter stress again. We're going to encounter the craziness of the world, doubt and frustration, and all those parts of life. But we're going to do so with unity between our mind, body, and spirit, walking off our mats whole. Bow your head slightly towards your hands, and audibly, no one can hear you in the room where you are, audibly tell yourself thank you for giving 20, 30 minutes of your time to do something that is an investment in the whole being of you. And in the same way, I say thank you to you for allowing me to walk this path with you. A path of gratitude, a path of harmony, a path of unity. Namaste.